Hello, my friends. This is your happy stamper lady, Rachel Markin, helping the creative you shine through. Well, we're in week 3 of April already. This month we're doing April Ornate Awesomeness, and of course today is over the moon, which means I get to use everything but the kitchen sink, basically anything I pick out of the catalog. So if you are catching me on YouTube, thank you so much for watching, and if you would subscribe, that'd be super great because all my videos will be together for you, and you can hit the little bell button. And if you go over to my Facebook page, I'm going to show you my Facebook page. Rachel Markin Independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. You can look it up under Happy Stamper Lady. That is always great because if you like that page, you will see all the things that we do on that page, including games, which we did this week that I'm going to talk to you about. This, of course, is my demonstrator page. You can order from there at any time that you want to. Or you can come and order from me. So that would be super great. So I hope you're doing well this week. I have been struggling. My allergies are a mess. So if I'm fuzzy today, I do apologize. I'm pretty fuzzy. My brain is a little bit fuzzy today, but I have pre-planned my card, thank heavens, that I'm organized sometimes. So hopefully we'll be able to do that. So I'm going to put you on my split screen so we can see all the fun and games and stuff. So here's the magic box. Yay to the magic box. We're going to move that over for just a minute so that we can talk about the prizes that we did this last week. So normally when I do a video and I ask you to share, which please keep sharing the videos, I do a drawing and draw a name. This week we did a whole week of games on my page, which I thought was super fun, and it was actually for a free set of stamps. So these are the free set of stamps that we did our game for. I thought that was super fun. And what I did was, in my Add a Dash of Glitter, I made a new fold that I showed you. And then I challenged myself with that fold by taking Blackberry Bliss, big surprise, as the card base. And then the stamp set was the same. The punches were the same. All I changed was the DSP. It was a really good challenge for myself, and I think I ended up making like 18 cards maybe. And so here were the two top runners. So this is Press Petals, and this is Poppy, the Poppy, Peaceful Poppy paper. I thought they turned out fabulous, and I think that's always a good challenge for you guys too. Like if you find a fold you like, just use it different ways with different stamps or different paper or whatever. So these were our two top runners. They were neck and neck the whole time, but Press Petals won in the end. I think by one vote maybe. And so same thing with the ladies. I think I had 12 ladies participate. Thank you so much. I had a great time. I would love to hear what you thought of it, like if you had fun and if that was fun for you. I had a super time, and I said that I would announce the winner on my video today, on my Over the Moon video. And so I had two ladies, I had 12 ladies participate, I think, but I had two ladies, Christy and Nikki, that were neck and neck the whole time. Like they kept doing all the different things I asked to earn points and all, all of that fun stuff. So you're both the winner. I'm going to give you both a free set of stamps, and also with those stamps, I'm going to make some cards with those stamps to hopefully give you some ideas, and then those are your cards to use however you'd like. So congratulations, Christy and Nikki. You are my winners. Because you both really were neck and neck and did a great job. Okay, and that is a plug for the Facebook. Go to my Facebook page, and I do games and fun things and all of that, all of that kind of fun stuff. So here we are with our magic box. I will tell you that I had to repack the box like 3 times. I had to figure out how to make it fit, because that's the premise for me, is that it all fits in the box. So there you go. So these were from Add a Dash of Glitter last week, those pieces, and of course the dimensionals are also part of the Add a Dash of Glitter. So my premise is that I have a theme every month, and then I build on that theme. So I use main elements, and then I build every week. So Simply Fantastic, I introduced the main elements, which this time the colors were Early Espresso, Mint Macaron, Blackberry Bliss, of course, and Terracotta Tile. So what I try to do, hopefully that helps you, is that I try to have some main things that you can use always, and then I build on that. So if you don't want to build on that, if that doesn't work for your budget, I always show you a card that uses stamps, ink, and paper. So that's kind of my goal for that. So the stamps that we have been using this month are Ornate Style and Ornate Thanks. Okay, and those are still available right now, but then they won't be available until June when the new catalog comes out. Super, super exciting. Now I get to see the catalog this month, so there's a little plug. If you want to start seeing the catalog early and pre-ordering, become a demonstrator. You get a percentage off. I've been with Stampin' Up for 17 years, and 16 of those years I've not done anything but be a hobby person that just feeds my habit. This is the Ornate garden paper that we use this month that matches. So those are our main elements. We have our stamps, we have our paper, we have our ink. And the other part of the paper is always the cardstock. And this time we are using the gold foil pre-cut cardstock. So that's super exciting. So those are your main elements. Boom, and you're done. And then we add on. So we have some tear and tape, you'll see is different this time. We have some ribbon, you'll see is different this time. And then you saw those markers I pulled out. We will get back to those. We're going to do a lot of coloring today. And the Add a Dash of Glitter section, I did also use the story label punch and the butterfly punch. Those we will come back and visit with those today. I always try to have a block, glue. That's your basics. Okay, that's empty. Scissors, Winkostella. I love to have that. My bone folder. And then these scissors are to cut the ribbon, and my daughter got me these. My mom loved watermelons. I miss my mom. So these remind me of my mom, so super fun. So those are the elements that we have going on. Now, with this pre-cut cardstock, if you notice up here, you guys said you really liked my new notebook. The pre-cut cardstock is already done for you, but if you don't have pre-cut cardstock and you have regular cardstock, okay, you can do this card with me. You take a regular sheet of cardstock and you cut it in half at 5.5. Simple, simple. So then your card's going to look like this. It's just not going to have gold foil on it. Okay? And then you can follow along with me. So you can do the exact same thing even if you don't have this cardstock. Now, all that I'm going to do with this, first of all, I'm going to turn it the other way. So this is normally how your cardstock opens, like this. I want that gold to be inside, so I'm going to flip it. How easy is that? Okay, super, super simple. And then if you see up there, it says that you're going to score this front panel here at 2 1/8. And it's going to then look like this. I already pre-did some of this because I'm going to color, so it's going to take up time. So here you go. Here's my score line. So it folds over. So you have a panel here and you have a panel here, and your gold's inside. Already taking shape. Then you're going to cut 2 DSP panels. Okay, so if you do Love It Chop It style, and I have a Love It Chop It video, hashtag Love It Chop It, in my So Now What videos, I tell you how to cut your DSP. That is a Kylie Bertucci thing. It's super great. So when you cut your DSP, it's all going to be cut down like this from 12 by 12. And so this is 5 1/4 and this is 4 inches. So if you notice, your panels are at 5 1/4, so that's already cut, and this is 4 inches. So if you literally cut this in half, you have 2 panels for your card. Super, super easy. Now, I used 2 different panels. Obviously, I didn't use the same color, but no big deal. You cut it, and then you have 2 panels. I don't do anything with this. This is just going to be like part of the fold. So this is a Z fold is what it ends up making. If you watched my, I think it was Add a Dash of Glitter last month in March, I did a double Z fold, and this Z fold is on a card that is tall instead of long. So that's all you're getting. Got a Z fold there. Super, super fun. And then you'll notice this little thing, I called it the inside strip on my notebook. It's 5 1/inches. You don't have to do that. I'm just adding some interest, some color. And of course, this is in Blackberry Bliss. So one of the questions I asked when I did my little party was, what's my favorite color? That's a pretty easy question, isn't it? So yeah, Blackberry Bliss it is. Okay, so we're going to bring out our Stamparatus, of course, because we need to use our Stamparatus. We have very little stamping to do today because the coloring is going to be the highlight of the show. So we have a couple more cuts to make. So this is the background cardstock. If you see up in the notebook, it says background cardstock for the main image. It's cut at 4 1/2 by 4 inches. So it's going to sit up longer and shorter on the side. And then you're going to have another panel that you're going to stamp on. Your main image is cut at 4 1/4 by 3 3/4. this is the image we're going to stamp on. So we're going to go ahead and get that ready. I need to take the black thing off to do the flower. So if you go back, there is So Now What stamps. I talk about the different type of stamps that cling on the photopolymer, and then there's also the So Now What Stamparatus, and I talk about how the Stamparatus works. So there's different things there that you can kind of go and find out, like, what's she doing, what's that mean. I would encourage and love for you to go back and find those. So these are cling stamps, so we don't need the black from the Stamparatus, and we're going to put that down here. Now this is just, again, where you want it to sit. So there's no right or wrong. You can do that however. You're going to let the plate do the work for you. And then of course we're going to stamp our image in. Blackberry Bliss. Big shocker. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and pat that image there. Sorry, I'll move that so you can see the whole thing. I didn't realize. Get that down, and then we're going to let the plate do the work for you, and then we're just going to get our image down there. That's nice. I'm going to do it double just because I like it to be nice and crisp and get that nice crisp image on there. Okay, so we're going to do that one more time. That's the beauty of the Stamparatus. There are many beauties, but one of those is that you can redo, or if you have a happy accident and it's not exactly, that's darker. Yep, I definitely like that better. Okay, now I'm only taking this off because in order to do my words, I need my black piece under there. So I'm going to put that down. I'm going to put that back down, and we'll get ready to do our words. So with our image, all I'm using is that flower. I'm going to go ahead and clean that off. I am going to use the cluster of flowers because you know I like to do my envelopes. That is not required. It's not something that you have to do. I like it though. I like having my envelopes done. I think it just looks really pretty, and I think it just, like, I don't know, just kind of pulls it all together, I guess. So we'll put that away, and we'll take our clusters out. So we'll take that away. And with the cluster, we're going to go ahead and use the block, only because you go like you're doing a little bit more. So I'll just literally lay this here on top. Got my Blackberry Bliss over there. Boom, cluster, and cluster, done. So then that's done, and then I'll clean that up, and then I'm actually done with the Ornate style set. I'm done with this set for today, because really the coloring is going to be like the big, kind of like the big hurrah. Now I am going to do the words. We already pulled the black piece on. I'm going to do my friend. So and then we're going to do a punch inside. Okay, so I think I like my friend there. I put it up here earlier, but I think I like it there. I think I like it there. So I'm gonna let the plate do the work for you. Make sure that's laid down. And I'm not using Blackberry Bliss. I am going to use another one of the colors. I'm going to use Terracotta Tile, which is super, super pretty. We're going to do Terracotta Tile and lay that down. Ta-da! Oh, that's very cute. Okay, so we're done with that. We're going to leave the Terracotta Tile out because we're going to do that in our punch. So we're going to say my friend, which I do love that, my friend. I've used that so much. Obviously, look how look how discolored it is. I'm gonna do, okay, so for the punch, so I already punched out. I showed you the punches that we were using, and I'm not gonna make you watch me do a punch because you see me do that. So I punched out like a ton of butterflies. When I say a ton, I mean a ton. I like totally went to town on my butterflies. So I did a ton of butterflies. And then I did these punches so that they were ready to go, because you know, you want to watch me do other things other than doing punch outs. I'm going to say you're amazing. I like that. My friend, you're amazing. That's super fun. So we're going to let the plate do the work for us again and have that there. We're going to do the Terracotta Tile again because that's fun to have the two different colors. We're going to have the You're Amazing. So last week you saw me use this and then I punched out and I just did that on top. This week we're going to go a little different. So we're going to take our snips and we're going to cut this piece in half like this. Okay, so it looks like this. So that then we're going to join it up and you're going to look like you have a double. Isn't that fun? It's fun to have different ways that you can use your punches, I think. I think that that makes it nice because you feel like, oh, I've got these punches and I do like them, but I think I'm always looking for ways to have like multiple uses for stuff. Okay, so we already unbelievably are done with our stamping. So we've got that down. Okay, so we've cleaned that up and we've got that done. So while we've got this little guy here, we'll go ahead and do our glue. Put our snips to the side. Now, you know me, I use glue, but you do know that you have the option of using tape runner too. We sell tape runner too. So there are options for you on how you what adhesive you want to use. There's no right or wrong. It really is just a preference. Some people absolutely love the tape runner. Some people love the glue. Okay, so there you go. So you're seeing that. So I am going to set that to the side, but I'm going to do what? You know, I'm going to do my little pop-ups. And my pop-ups are getting low, which is fine. I've told you that I use them all, though. I do not waste my dimensionals. So I cut off the edges and the strips, so that's what I'm doing here. I just cut off the strips and I'm going to let that sit and I'm going to set that to the side. We will come back to that to use on our card. Okay, so we've got this piece and I wanted to do ribbon. So ribbon is going to actually lay like along this corner here. And you're going to have this piece. So I'm not going to lay the ribbon down until I have that white piece down because it's going to kind of go on both. But on the ribbon, so I cut the ribbon at, I'm going to move this because we're actually done with this too. So I cut the ribbon at 4.5. And if you have, I had it on the other side here, inches, you have 0 and then you go your inches. You can use this. We sell these in the catalog too. These big pieces that you can stamp on. It makes it nice. And I cut it at 4.5. And then I have tear and tape. I told you I would show you that. So tear and tape that we sell, it is super sticky. It's very good if you're going to do like 3D projects, but I think it's perfect on your ribbon. I don't think glue makes your ribbon stick very well. So I literally just laid tear and tape on the back of it and I'm letting it really adhere to that so that when we're ready, we'll use that. So that's your tear and tape that you used. Our ribbon too is quite beautiful. So this is terracotta tile ribbon, but it comes in 10 yards. This is a 1/2 inch ribbon. We have a lot of really beautiful ribbon. You'll want to go check that out. And of course our colors match because Stampin' Up is so great with that, with doing the color match. Okay, so we're ready to put our card together except for coloring. So I'm going to talk to you today about coloring, like a lot. I'm going to talk to you about coloring. So we've got our main image ready to go and we want to color. So now I'm going to show you what the cards look like before I start coloring. So the card, if you just did stamps, ink, and paper, okay, if you didn't do any of the extra embellishments from the Add a Dash of Glitter or what I'm doing today, this is your card. Isn't that beautiful? It really is just a really stunning card. So you've let your DSP do the work for you. I did clusters of flowers inside. Your kindness is so loved because I have my friend and you're amazing on the front. And then the different cardstocks. Super simple, but super beautiful. Okay. And now this is the Over the Moon card because we've added everything. So pretty. So we've added our ribbon, our butterflies, our gems, of course. The butterflies are already coated. They've had their glitter bath. And then inside we've got our strip and our butterflies. Is that not beautiful? I love it. I love it. So we're going to concentrate on coloring now. We're going to talk about coloring. So what I'm going to talk about coloring today with is blender pens. Okay. So I'm going to bring all these blender pens over here. And I will show you that all of our blender pens come in a light and dark option, okay? This is the Mint Macaron light and dark. And like they've got my crumb cake and light and dark, which I use with the browns. You can color like that and it's beautiful and it's brilliant. But today I'm going to show you like a way to color so that you get all these highlights. So see how you have the deeper colors and then it kind of goes brighter, lighter on there. I'll give you up close. Is that not beautiful? So that's what I'm going to show you today. So I have some tips for that. I'm obviously not going to color the whole thing because you'd be watching me for hours. I do love to color, so it would not be hard for me to color for hours. And coloring is very calming for me. I don't know if it is for you. If coloring's not calming for you, this is not the thing for you. So you've got the measurements, you've seen how I've done it, and you see that you can have a card like this. So if coloring's not for you, don't worry about it. You don't have to color. You can just have a beautiful card and go from there. But if coloring is for you and you want to see how I do some of the highlights, I'm going to highlight each color today and kind of show you what I did. So the first thing that we're going to start with is we're going to do this one flower down here. Okay. And we're going to do it in, we're going to do it in the orange. So I take the darkest color. Now, some people start with lighter and then highlight with darker, but for what I did today for this, you have to start with the darker. Okay, and there's a brush stroke and then there's a tighter stroke. It really doesn't matter which one you use, probably a preference. I use the brush stroke for this one because I'm literally just coloring kind of the inside pieces there. Do you see what I'm doing? Like a little inside there. And then I go up to this flower up here and I just do a little V. Now you notice that it's not like super crisp coloring, that I'm like kind of just jogging and putting little pieces in there. It's because blends are so forgiving, because once you use the other colors with the blends, they literally do what their name says, is they blend together. So I'm just giving like just a little highlight with that dark color in each of the petals. So you see how it's starting to be like each of the little petals. Get like a little dark highlight color. And I'm going to catch all of the petals with the dark. So this is dark Cajun Craze. I didn't name all the colors on my notebook, but I will name them when I post the video. Like I'll tell you the colors I use. So this is dark Cajun Craze. Okay, so you see what I mean? Like I just did, I'll go up close. See like how I just did like highlights? I just did highlights. Okay, that's the dark Cajun Craze. And then I'm going to use the next color, which is light Calypso Coral. And I'm literally going to add to that and go down into the Cajun Craze. You see what I mean? Like, because they blend together. So I'm taking that color and I'm blending it back down into that darker color and adding a little bit so you can see some of the color. I want you to be able to see some of the color stands up on its own. And I'm just going down in and adding that extra layer of color and then blending with the dark Cajun Craze that's already on there, if that makes sense. And I will show you, I will show you up close. I will pull it up to the video so you can see what I mean. But if you notice, now I'm not going out of lines. I don't want to go out of the lines, obviously, but it doesn't have to be like super, it's not like super precise. Okay, so I went down in, but now you see two colors. So you see the main and then you see, but look how they're blending. They're so beautiful. So then I take the next color. So what you're noticing that I'm doing is I'm taking different colors. This is Calypso Coral, this is Cajun Craze, and then the last one is Light Petal Pink. So the secret, I guess, I'm going to use the tighter one on this just because of the tip, because I want to make sure I get the tip. So I'm not using the same color. I'm not using light and dark of a color. I'm going outside of that and using different colors. Now they're all, oranges, or they're all purples, or they're all blues, or they're all greens. But I don't know. I kind of think it gives it something a little bit magical. So I am only doing the tips and I'm going down in, like you see me going down in. So I'm hitting the tips there, but I'm also like blending it as I go. Again, this isn't a precise. I mean, you want to stay in the lines, obviously, but you're just kind of giving it like the tips there, giving it the edge of that. There we go, and make sure you get all the tips, and then I'll hold it up for you. But look at that, and you've got this beautiful highlighted area with these beautiful colors. So you've done this really professional coloring that is stunning. I mean, it is stunning, I agree. But the markers do the work for you. The markers are kind of magical that way. So now we'll do one of these flowers. Okay, so now I'm going to do my purples. This is Light Blackberry Bliss. So I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm going to take this flower and I'm literally just going to hit like edges, like pieces, like you see me just like hitting edges there. And bits and pieces, because again, you're going to blend with that other marker. So this is just giving you, I'm trying to think of the name, ombre. So like an ombre effect. That's a good word in my fuzzy brain. I couldn't think of the word. An ombre, like an ombre effect with your colors. And it's definitely that because you're using tones. So I'm still using all purples, or I used all different orange tones, but I am like with the shading of it, it makes it look like ombre, like it's kind of like gone with from darker to lighter to lighter. Okay, so the same thing with the purple. I want to hit all the leaves like in the center. So here we are with the purple. So now that's that dark Blackberry Bliss that you see there. Then we're going to come in with light Rococo Rose. Okay. And we're gonna go with the Rococo Rose, but then like I said, remember we're going back down into that Blackberry Bliss. So we're giving it a little bit of its own color, but we're coming back down into the other color as well, so that you are blending it. And then you can literally watch it, like once you've done your coloring and you let it sit for a minute. I mean, that doesn't take long. And you let it sit, man, the color tones are just really, really beautiful, and they blend so, so well. Okay, so there's my Rococo Rose. So I'm going to come up and I'm going to show you. Okay, so you see how that's blending, and then look at this one. Now it's all done. It's blended so beautifully. So there's our Rococo Rose, and then we're going to come in with light Flirty Flamingo, and I always use this tip on there because I'm hitting the tips of it. And so I'm going to go in and I'm literally just going to get the tips and pull back down into that color so that I have that lighter, got that lighter tip on there. Isn't that beautiful? So, so pretty. So we're getting, we're going back in and we're just getting the tips there. We're just getting all of that. We don't want any white spots. So this is the time where you just go in and with that last color and you hit it, you're going to make sure no white spots in there. And get that all covered, get that all done and beautiful. in there with the tips. Okay, so I'm going to hold that up close so you can see that too. Okay, so then you see, man, I just love it. I could color forever. This is just so beautiful with that. Okay, so there's that. Now the crumb cake is super, super simple. You've got a light and a dark. I do just use the light and the dark for that. So with the dark crumb cake, I take the tip part and I do like color in the stems. There's just a few stems, so I want my stems colored in. That's it on the stems. But on the inside, I'm only going to do the bottom, like of the center of the flower. I do the bottom of the center of the flower, and then I come in with the light crumb cake on this one, and I color the remaining. And it's not, I mean, it's not a huge difference, but I'll go up close, but it does give you dimension. You can see two different colors in there. Like with the super small ones, you basically just do your centers with the dark one because you can't really tell the difference on that. But it still pops it up to do the centers to do that. So there's your crumb cakes that you use. Then for the leaves, okay, I've got shaded spruce, dark shaded spruce. So I'm just going to do one leaf for you so you can see what I'm doing. So for the leaf, I go in, see where all the what would those be called? The stem parts of the leaf, and I go in with the dark. Okay. Then I come in with the dark mint macaron, and I start to fill in my spaces like that. Go up and fill in my spaces. And again, you see that this isn't, I'm not precise coloring at all. And then my light mint macaron, of course, I'm going to go in with the tip again. And I'm going to finish off the very top of the leaf and come back in with the white space and kind of go all over. And there's your leaf. Right? It's super simple. I'm going to show you that up close because it really highlights all the different pieces. And then you see that pinks now in the oranges. So pretty. Okay. For the last one, I will use the tip the whole time. So this is Dark Pretty Peacock, and I'm literally just going along the very bottom edges of all those flowers. Like I'm just making like a little circle on the bottom edges of those flowers. Then I'm coming in with light Bermuda Bay, and I'm filling in basically where all of those lines are, but I went back down into the Bermuda Bay, and then of course I'm going to do the tips of it as well. Okay, I'm going to go in with the tips of it. Ta-da! So pretty. And then of course I didn't color that one, and so we'll color this little guy in so you can see what that would look like. Okay, and then there's the blue. Can you see that? Yeah, that you can see all those colors. Look how beautiful that is. So, so pretty. Okay, and so then you would take that piece, which I already had some. I was trying to find the one that I had done to attach. So you will attach this. I'll attach it for you. I can finish coloring it. You will attach this piece like this. Okay. Get that out of the way. My glue is, I had a happy accident on that side. So, two sides of the paper. It's why you do not put your paper down first, because if you have a happy accident, you have two sides of the paper so you can fix your paper. So, I would attach this just like that. Super simple. Then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to attach my ribbon and have that ready. This is the Pico tool. I think I've talked about that before, and it's got that really sharp edge. So it's going to pull up that stuff, and then you've got the super sticky down there. So now we're going to go, this is like an edge to edge, and we're literally just going to lay down that ribbon like that. See, it's stuck to my paper. You gotta be careful about that. Then we're going to come over here and we're going to add our glue onto this side over here. So you've got that. That's going to stick to the paper on its own. You've got your glue, and you're going to come over here to the edge, and I want it to kind of be like right in the center there. I'm going to lay that down. Okay, so now you've got the basis of your card, and then you just get to play. You know, ribbon was a little, oh, there we go. Ribbon was a little wonky right there. Okay, then you get to play. So, of course, what are we going to play with? We're going to play with butterflies, and we're going to play with our gems that are over here. So, with the butterflies, that's very pretty. So the butterflies, of course, get their Wink of Stella bath because, you know, they always have to be glittery. I guess they don't, but I like them to be glittery. So give it a little Wink of Stella bath there for him on the main color. I do like him there. But I did a lot of like fun, I did butterflies like on the front with the words. I think that's pretty. Now here's where I told you, like, if you see all these butterflies, you're like, whoa, wow, that's a lot of butterflies. I just had a lot of fun punching out butterflies. There's no right or wrong, obviously, with the butterflies. It's just kind of what catches your eye, to be honest. That's beautiful there. That's very pretty, which means he could go down here at the bottom, you know, and you could do your butterflies there. So that's all you're doing. You're just doing your butterflies on there. And then, of course, you're adding the You're Amazing inside, which we already had ready. So you've got your You're Amazing ready to go, which could go anywhere you wanted it to. Kind of like it there. Do the You're Amazing, so that lays down, and you're done. How cool is that? So then this is what you have. So you played with your butterflies. I've added my butterflies there. I've fully colored this one, and I've added gems, but gems are optional. Again, you don't have to do gems. I liked having the gems, and this time I popped up the You're Amazing. See, you don't have to. You could just stamp it inside there. But I thought that was kind of pretty with that on there. And then you've got your butterflies inside. So, yeah, so you could do as much as little as you wanted. I mean, this one I didn't add any of the extra. I didn't do the coloring, and it's still beautiful. I just did paper and stamping. So in this area, this is just all about playing. This is like, okay, I like that. I want to add more. And you can add as little or as much as you wanted to. I thought that was really fun. And I did do the gold gems on this one, but I do think that the gems, like, we'll just add one butterfly because he's so pretty. I just do think that the gems with your little butterfly sitting there would be really, really beautiful. That you could do maybe a colored gem. You could do like a little colored gem in there. So you could do like a pretty little white piece, which I think is beautiful on there, like that. So just to show you how you can do different things. So if you didn't have the gold, but you maybe did the, these are the in color gems from last year. So you'd add like a pretty, like, look how pretty that is. So you just add a little gem there. And you just kind of go about your business of adding your gems or adding your pieces, adding your things that you loved. Like, I think that would be really pretty as the center there. So yeah, just this is just a whatever catches your eye. But you have the basic cuts, the basic folds over here. So you have the basic idea of how to put the card together, and then it's your imagination. Then it's you use what you love or what you enjoy. But the coloring tips, hopefully, did you see how I tried to put that on there? I told you I was a little fuzzy today, so wrong caps. But the coloring today was the highlight that I wanted to show you, where you could get those highlights. And as you see that it's blended, now look at it with how you see all the different layers of that coloring in there. really shine through. It's really highlighted. It's so pretty. And hopefully that makes sense for you. Hopefully you can take time. So again, with assembly line, the idea of assembly line, then I stamped a whole bunch of just this flower, and then one day I just sat and colored. So I wouldn't necessarily, like, you know how I'm putting a card together for you today, I punched all the butterflies ahead of time just so I'd have a whole bunch to play with. And if I already have my coloring done, then putting the card together was pretty simple because these were already done too. Like I already had these cut out too. So I think it makes it easier. I think when you do assembly line that way. And of course with this pre-cut cardstock, you get 20 cards and 20 envelopes. That's like a super great deal. So you could make a whole lot of cards. And then on days when you didn't feel like you wanted to do a ton, make a card like this. Make a beautiful, happy card like this. This took minutes that we put this together. It was beautiful. Just added your paper. You've got your cuts there. And I did add an extra sheet of paper in here. I just like did an extra piece in here, and I added an extra strip here instead of ribbon because I was trying to just use, you know, simple stamping, stamp, ink, and paper. So I did do a little, you know, a little different than the regular, but there you go. You got that beautiful card. So that is our Over the Moon card today. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Again, if you're not a coloring person, it's totally fine. Coloring is very calming for me, so I really like to color. And hopefully you'll sign up for YouTube and you'll go join my Facebook. I am going to try to, I don't know if I'll do it every month, but I was going to try to do like a fun game like I did this last week, at least once a month, to get some interaction, to do some fun things, which means there'll always be a bigger prize. And so this week, if you share this video, you like it on Facebook and you share it, then I'll do a drawing next week. And so then we'll have a winner for that as well. So this week I do want to tell you, watch on Facebook. That's another reason to go on Facebook, because the retired list is coming out. Believe it or not, the new catalog is coming. So the retired list will come out, and then for the month of May, everything that's retiring, that's when you're going to want to buy those things. And so I don't have an answer for you like right now. I'll know Wednesday. The retired list will come out, and then I'll be able to tell you. Sometimes they put things on sale that are retiring, that kind of stuff. So you're going to want to watch for that. And then, of course, the new catalog comes out in June. So we've got a lot of exciting things coming down the pike right now. Another thing that I will tell you, my girls took advantage of it this week. They just refreshed the clearance rack. You want to go check out the clearance rack. There's a lot of great deals on the clearance rack right now. Super, super great. And of course, I will put in the thing too for Paper Pumpkin, because next week is out of the box. And I'll be showing Paper Pumpkin with the Ornate stamp sets. So that will be super fun. And the May Paper Pumpkin introduces the new end colors for June. So you definitely want to go get signed up for the Paper Pumpkin. I think that's all the announcements I have. If you have any questions, if you want to see something new, like Nikki was talking about new folds, and so I kind of went and did some research for new folds, anything like that, please get a hold of me. Like, you could put it in the stuff here for on YouTube, or you can do it on Facebook, or you can private message me, and I will gladly look up some things or try to figure out what I can do for you. Okay, so for this week, for our Over the Moon Over the Moon, I hope you had a great time. I certainly did. I love to color. I love showing you those tips. And until then, I bid you adieu. And of course, not only do I want you to stay safe, because I do want you to stay safe, so stay home right now and stay safe, but do what you can in your place in the world right now to go and make the world a better place.